might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but computer science degree to make it happen? Again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Wednesday, December 6th, 2023. It is 7:21 a.m. in the morning, and we are here for the Koffee and Kata show. I am your host, Tech Coach Ralph, where we are engineered to win. We are going to go over our news articles. We had a great Q&A night last night, so if you haven't seen that, go ahead and check it out. Today we have for our software expirations coming out at noon. We're going to be doing a overview on the Amazon Q, the AI assistant for businesses, right? So definitely check it out. We started trying to configure it last week on Thursday night. So if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check that out as well. But we're going to give a breakdown and overview on it. So I definitely recommend you check that out, especially if you're in tech and you're a developer. I think it can help you immensely, and it might be a good opportunity for your company. And then tomorrow we are going live with software expirations tomorrow night, 7:15 p.m., where we are going to be going over Amazon AWS Fargate for serverless containerization. So, a lot of things happening. We are learning a lot of things. We are trying to keep pushing forward, keep learning, keep making the right suggestions, whether you are in QA, software engineering, cybersecurity, whatever it is. And don't forget, next week, Q&A for Cybersecurity Week with Socks at 8 p.m. Eastern time on my channel as well as his channel. So check it out. So much things going on, trying to add more and more value to you. So that's where we're at. But let's not waste any more time. Let's go and jump into our news stories for today. All right. So the first one that we're going to be talking about is, let's put our 5 minutes on the clock first. Show timer. And up, and here we go. So CVS to revamp its drug pricing. Zoom in a bit. One more. Okay. So CVS is unveiling a simpler, more transparent way of pricing prescription drugs it sells, which could change costs for consumers, employers, and health insurers. The plan, to be called CostVantage, will start rolling out next year. Under it, the company's approximately 9,500 retail pharmacies will be reimbursed by pharmacy benefit managers and others based on what was paid for the drug, plus a limited markup and flat fee, according to the Wall Street Journal. Currently, more complex formulas are used that can ultimately distort prices paid by consumers. While the plan resembles one used by Mark Cuban Cost Plus Drug Company, its deployment by one of the nation's biggest drug chains could have a broad impact on the cost of medication. So, I guess that sounds good that drug prices would be going down at CVS, or hopefully going down, because let's see. Did it say it's going to go down? Let's see. The plan start rolling out. Oh, it said it could change costs for consumers, not necessarily make it go down. So that's interesting to see. We shall keep an eye on that to see if the drug prices at CVS will actually be going down in the next year. And I am curious to know, what is this Mark Cuban Cost Plus Drug Company? So maybe you can look into that a little bit later, maybe not today. But let's continue to go with our next article. Can Grand Theft Auto revive gaming? I didn't know gaming was dying in the first place, but let's find out. The video game industry has had a tough year, rocked by rounds of layoffs, can Rockstar Games help it bounce back? The company, part of Take-Two Interactive Software, dropped the full first trailer of Grand Theft Auto 6 late Monday, a day earlier than planned due to a leaked clip on X. The company revealed that the latest installment of the blockbuster franchise will be released in 2025. We're not even in 2024 yet. And well, if it's going to save the gaming industry, it's going to take a while. A dozen years after Grand Theft Auto 5, which sold 190 million copies to date and hit the $1 billion mark within just 3 days of its release. It's the second best-selling video game of all time. The trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6 has over 70 million views by Tuesday morning. Grand Theft Auto 6 will feature a female lead character, an unusual move for the franchise. An estimated 15% of its fans were women at the time of Grand Theft Auto 5's release. So that is very interesting. We shall see. We shall wait. We're going to have to wait, all right, until 2025 to see if the Rockstar game Grand Theft Auto can actually revive the gaming system or the gaming industry, or will it just be fully dead by that point? I hear people playing games daily, so I didn't know that the gaming industry was suffering. It could be that it's not suffering as they make it out to be, but that it a lot of companies during the pandemic and stuff, they overhired, and now they are having to figure it out. So that is interesting to see. What we'll be looking forward to. I remember like Grand Theft Auto, I think it was 4, that I specifically bought the PS3 at the time, was to play Grand Theft Auto, but that was like the last Grand Theft Auto that I played, and that's probably the last video game that I played, right? So it is what it is. Let's jump into our very last article before we get into our challenge. All right, so Verizon makes play into bundling. Verizon wants in on the bundling craze. In a first for the telecommunication giant, Verizon announced on Monday it's partnering with streaming platforms like Netflix and Max to give some mobile users an ad-supported bundled deal that will cost $10 a month on top of an unlimited plan. I do not want to pay extra for and still have ads, right? Like it's either give me the ads and no cost, or I'll pay and I don't have ads, right? Shout out to YouTube Premium. And this is going to be starting December 7th. So that is going to be starting tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, Thursday, December 7th, where they will be they can pay $10 a month for an ad-supported bundle deal, which would include Netflix and Max apparently. The move, which Verizon says will save customers 40%, comes as other streaming services look to navigate the challenge of turning a profit and retaining customers amid heavy competition. Just last week, the Wall Street Journal reported that Apple and Paramount Global are exploring the idea of combining Apple Plus and Apple TV Plus and Paramount Plus at a discount. Subscribers are less likely to cancel if they have multiple services, according to Antenna, which tracks subscriber trends. Well, it is what it is. So we shall see how that goes. So Apple TV Plus and Paramount are considering combining forces, and Netflix and Max are joining together with Verizon. Like I have T-Mobile, and I know that T-Mobile gives you a lot of perks and stuff. But I know one of the perks is that they either pay fully or partially for your Netflix account. So and that's the only reason I really have Netflix. Is if they weren't paying for it, I would definitely not have it, because I don't even know the last time I watched Netflix, to be honest with you. Right? But it is what it is. So those are our news articles for today. And I hope you found that informative and somewhat entertaining. But it's always good to stay up to date with the tech news and what's going on in the job market, all of that good stuff. All right. So with that being said, let's have some coffee and we're going to get into our challenge. All right. So let's do this. So we have, let me pull up the Rock, Paper, Scissors website. Or not the website, but the GitHub account. And let's put 25 minutes on the clock. We're in good timing today. By the way, this coming Friday, I am going to we're gonna start a little earlier because I have to go to the dentist in the morning at 8 a.m. So we'll probably start maybe 6:30, maybe 6:45, something like that, right? So I can the dentist is not too far, so we should be making it in good time. So we have rock paper scissors, and then we have the website. All right, so let's compare where we're at. So let's put our 25 minutes on the clock. There we go, and we will look over to here. Our rock paper scissors challenge. This is, and I already have Docker started up, so that should be fine as well. So we have this. The other day we put in an issue, which we can take a look at. And so now we have to test the remaining game logic. So I think we are somewhere around, we did this. We did this. We did this, but then we thought about adding some more tests around whether we did some tests around whether case sensitivity and stuff like that. So we might add that as well. And game logic and randomness. Jeez, can't say words. All right. So a report detailing and all right, cool. So what are we looking at now? So we can go to, I don't think this test, or not that this test, but like adding like not the random, what am I saying? Adding like the different case sensitivity is one of the more pressing tests to add because we tried it and we saw that it was working, but we will add it at the end because like something can change and then that can stop working and then we can have like a lot of problems. So we definitely want to add that, but let's prioritize the most important parts, right? So I think now the next most important part is testing out the game logic. So let's go over to our code. There we are. So where did we leave off, right? So we have so here we sent questions. So we sent the issue, right? So let's look at the issue real quick. So this is the issue that we added. So we want a better, so pretty much we want a better, like when we send an invalid weapon, we want a better response, right? So this is the actual message. We would like to have an error message like this returned to us, right? So we'll wait for that to be implemented, but in the meantime, we can continue adding our tests, right? And that's what it means to add value to the process, okay? So let's go over to our other screen. And where are we at now? So invalid requests. Okay, so we got that. So write valid weapons in different cases should still return the 200 status code, right? So what we're gonna do, I'm going to open up a Google Sheet. And then we are going to create our matrix of results. All right, so we will put us here as the player, right? And we will go with what's the best way to do this? Trying to see. All right, so if I put, all right, so let's say the player was to go with rock. Let me zoom in on that. That seems a little small. View. Okay, let's do that. So we have rock, paper, scissors, right? And if computer, if the computer was to play, I wanted to do it. I'm trying to think the best way to organize this, right? Uh, because if I was to say the computer plays, I have an idea. I have an idea. Um, so I have an idea. Um, so we say computer, they play rock, and if I do paper or scissor. So if it's rock, it's a draw. If it's paper, rock loses. If it's scissor, rock wins, right? So what's the best way to represent that in this little matrix thing? Let's think together. We can do, let's do it like this, right? So we can say this is like that, that's like that, right? Computer, 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 right? So if it, what we'll do, we'll just add a, we'll add a conditional statement. And you see how like all this stuff, like it's not just testing something like a manual testing process. There's a lot of thought involved in it, right? How many days have we spent working on this project? Like how many mornings? It's been maybe about 5 to 6 mornings that we've been working on this, finding a bug, adding an enhancement to it, right? Making a request for another enhancement. So let's say we go to format and we do conditional formatting and we say, well, let me do it a different way. So let's say we go like that, and we do here, and we say apply to range here, and if if b is equal to a2, then set the color to orange. So if bd if b2 to d2 is equal to a2, so I would expect this one to take. Let's see. Its value is equal to, let's say, exactly maybe b2 to d2. I would think that should take, no? Mm, that's weird. All right, well, we'll just do it manually. I don't know why this formula looks like it should work, but whatever. So let's say we just drop this color for the ones that are going to match. Oops. So color OCD and this one. And there we go. It's not the same color. OCD. All right, cool. Cool. So these are going to be draws for the orange. And let's say that the winds are going to be green. Or no, when the player wins, then that'll be green. When the computer wins, that'll be like some type of reddish color. Jeez. So green, paper, a rock. Okay. Paper beats rock. And scissors beats paper. Mm. All right, so we got that taken care of. And then rock loses to paper. Rock loses to paper. Oh my goodness. And right here as well. All right, cool. So these colors are different, but whatever. All right, cool. There we go. I think this is different too. Okay, we're good. So we have our matrix of what we need to do. Okay, so we are going to should go reference it somehow. All right, I'll be looking back, and we can switch back to it if we need. So let's go over here. All right, so now we are going to send valid weapons in different cases should still return 200. Okay, so it's going to return 200, but what we're more concerned about is so we already did this, right? So this is what we did. All right, so this to do is done. Do we have put that up here? That's no longer a to do because it's done. So we have our code commented. Okay. So now we are going to start on the actual gaming part. All right. So we are looking for dev. So we can't really force unless we were to mock it, but which we can look into that later. But what we could do, we can write an if statement that would say if the user or if the so let's say we write testing the who wins the game, right? And we say test Victor based on sending weapon as rock, right? So yeah, let's do that, right? So we'll say test winner when weapon is rock. Okay. Nope, I'm doing Java. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So we have that. And we are going to copy some code from up here for the rock. The smell what the rock is cooking. We're going to drop this in here. And we have rock. We have quest choice is the expected weapon, the endpoint. So now we are going to drop in here. Well, let me pull up talent real quick to see what is the Where is my API? There we go. So let's go over here. Rock. All right. So how does it return us the response? So computer weapon. All right. So we are going to say when I send this. All right. So we're up to here. We're up to here, and we get the response status code, the JSON, your weapon. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this out over here instead of having your weapon over here. So we have this test already, right? So what I want to do is I'm going to assign rock weapon response body equals JSON. And I'm going to do if rock computer weapon waspin, if it is that equals to expected weapon. Now we are going to add the assertion. Let's go there, and we're going to say assert. So now we're going to assert the we're going to assert the winner. Winner is equal to let's do this. So we're going to go up here and we're going to define the it's going to be game result. Let's draw. Or game result draw. In game result winner. I think it's winner. We can always update that if we have to, or maybe just win. In game result loser. Then that's going to be loser or loss. I don't know. We'll see when it comes, right? We have that. So now we just take this draw and we are going to drop it like it's hot right in here. So winner is expected to be the draw and expected winner, which is going to be okay. Here actual winner. All right, so we have this one for if it's the same. Now we're going to say if, can you just copy? If rock is equal to no, if if the rock response computer weapon is equal to, so let's go back up here and let's add um paper weapon equals paper and scissor weapon equals scissors. Scissors. All right, so let's leave it as that for now. And we are going to go back down to the bottom. Now we can just start dropping things in here, right? So if 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 computer weapon is equal to scissor or paper, then the result is that you are the loser. This here, right? So let's say expected winner is you lose. And yeah, so I think that's correct, right? So, and let's add one more case. Computer weapon, if it's scissor weapon, then game result in loser. Loser. All right, there we go. Actually, no, this one should be. Wait, if it's paper, no, paper would be a winner. Sorry, so paper would be winner, and if it's scissors, then you'd be a loser. All right. So now let's run this to see what we get. So that test is passing. Test rock as weapon. Test paper as weapon. Okay, so the test winner when weapon is a rock, right? So we got that working. But the problem with this test is that we can't force it to always be a particular weapon. So from the computer side, so we're probably going to end up trying to mock it, which I'm not too familiar with mocking, but I think that'll be a very important exercise for testers to be able to properly mock endpoints, because like especially when it comes to like these random things that are happening, you want to be able to mock it so that you can make sure that the software is working as expected. But while we're here, let's go ahead and take care of the other two as well. What we can do, we can just copy this whole block right here. We have to go in there and make our necessary modifications, all right? So we're gonna go here and we're gonna come up here and we're going to say the expected weapon is, so while we're here, let's just change this right here, right quick, right? So do I have a rock weapon up there? All right. So to the bottom we go. And all right. So rock weapon, paper weapon. And if the computer weapon is equal to the expected weapon, then we have that. If the computer weapon is equal to the rock weapon, and we are paper. Second. All right, So we are paper. So you see, and you have, and that's the problem with copying over code, right? You have to make sure you catch the right, like you're updating everything equally. So here I want to go to refactor name, and we're gonna just change this right here to paper weapon response. Change this one over here to also paper, and then change that one as well to paper. All right, so we are at time, but let's just finish this one up real quick because we are almost done with this, right? So if the computer weapon is equal to the expected weapon, which is going to be paper, it's going to be a draw. And if the paper weapon is, if the paper weapon equals rock weapon, if the computer weapon, so when we send the paper, if the computer weapon is a rock, right, then we should win. Now I'm wondering over here. So here, when we send a rock, so no, we should be losers then. Actually, so I had it backwards, right? So game result loser. If the computer weapon is a rock, then we lose, and if the computer weapon is a scissors, then we win, right? I don't know why it passed last time. That should have. Oh, because we don't know what, and that's why we need mocking, right? Because see, our test here would have been inaccurate because we probably either got a draw or we probably didn't get this right, so we would have been inaccurate, and that's why, like, you know what? Next time we're going to be doing mocking. So on Monday we're going to be mocking these the results from the computer, so we can make sure that we have the right thing happening. All right. So this is here. This is here. And we'll finish up with this paper is our weapon, and we'll see what happens, right? So if the computer weapon is rock, then we win, and if the computer is scissors, then we lose when we're paper, right? So let's give it another play. And see what happens. We have 2 failing tests. Okay, so it says, so loser is just, all right, so that's easy, right? Because all we have to do, and that's why I like to reuse stuff, right? So now I can just go to computer wins, and I'm guessing, let's see what the, please send that again. UN. So this one is going to be UN. So let's rename this then to refactor real quick. UN. Rename this to I am happy I did not name that for the game because I would have been confusing people, right? So game results, computer win. All right, so there we go. So now if we go down here, we should have everything in. So if we run it again, awesome. Awesome. All right. So next time we will add a test for when we are scissors, and we will continue that way, but we'll also look into mocking, right? So let's go back to full screen. All right, so let's get rid of the timer. So that's our show for today. Hopefully you found it informative with the news that we shared, as well as doing this little challenge, API challenge, using Docker, using logic, right? You saw the little matrix that we created to see, all right, what happens when, to think it through, right? So all of that, it's really imperative that we continue to stimulate our minds so we can continue to push forward, continue to get better, continue to develop new testing strategies. All right. So that is our show for today. Check out the software explorations coming out at noon. Check out the Q&A session from last night. I look forward to working on AWS Fargate tomorrow for serverless containerization. And like I said, I will see you on Friday morning in the morning around 6:30 Most likely I'll schedule it later, but around 6:30 because I do have a dentist appointment to get to at 8 p.m. that day. So that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really, really appreciate you for being here and for rocking along with me. I know we do a lot, but we are trying to win. We're trying to level up. I don't know where everyone is in their journey, but I know we don't want to be there forever. So let me help yourself to get to where you want to be a little bit faster than if you're just doing it on your own. Sometimes like when we're by ourselves, we don't know exactly where to go. So team up with me, right? And let's do it. So if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can know every time that we go live. Like the video, share the video, all that good stuff. Check out the Patreon at www.techcoachralph.dev. You can sign up for free and we can go from there. All right. But until next time, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.